Mr. Wright? Yes. Why do you look so unhappy? Oh, it's nothing. Really, it's nothing. Right, Mia? Uh-oh, she looks even unhappier. Phoenix, your client is now practically a dead man walking. Perhaps that's why I feel particularly close to him. This is no time for dead people jokes, please. You know we're going into this trial utterly defenseless. Yet, if Mr. Powers is truly innocent, we should be able to find something overlooked in the evidence to prove it. Yeah, I do like how you're all assuming he's dead, which sort of tacitly admitting that you think he did it in that case, aren't you? Something overlooked. We have to find something, Phoenix, today. It's that or lose the trial. This isn't going to be easy. God, I wish they would just add the bent fenced into the fucking court record, dude. Not that that necessarily would help if it was there, I suppose, because I remember pretty clearly in the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, there was that window that appeared on a door between photos, and I spotted that immediately, but had to wait for like 4 hours before I was allowed to bring it up. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Very well. Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please. An unexpected fact has come to the attention of the court. Yesterday, we learned that there were other people present at the studios. Today, I would like to show evidence proving they had nothing to do with the murder. Very well. You may call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. I wonder if it'll be that producer. The prosecution calls Mr. Salmonella to the stand. Or that director. Will the witness state his name and profession?
How rude can you get? You don't know me. I'm the director. I make the Steel Samurai noob ruffle.
You know, Salmonella's like a wildly offensive character that somebody decided to put this in the game. But I think the thing that bothers me the most is the fact he goes, Jew? I've never seen anybody except Salmonella say that. Never once have I seen somebody type Jew.
Salmonella, I'm a director at television. Were you at Global Studios on the day of the murder? Yes, Your Honor. Very well, please testify to the court about the events of that day.
Phoenix, let's start by picking this testimony apart. If Powers is innocent, you know what that means. Someone in the trailer on that day did it. Right. She doesn't want to waste any time putting on the pressure.
I was at the studio from around 9 that morning. During the morning, I was doing, an action scene run-through.
Why did you stammer on this?
It took a lot more time than I thought it would. I hear that everyone else had lunch in the employee area. But I had a meeting in the studio 2 trailers, so I ended up skipping lunch. We were in the meeting until around 4. During the meeting, well, I'm pretty sure no one left their chairs. That's about it.
We really don't have much evidence for that one, do we?
The time of Mr. Hammer's death was 2:30 p.m., and according to your testimony, you were in a meeting at that time. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor. Well, nothing immediately leaps out to me, so I guess we'll be doing some pressing. First, this. In the employee area?
That's right. It was a fight scene between the Steel Samurai and the evil magistrate.
Was anyone else at the run-through?
Oh yeah, that security lady was sitting there watching the whole thing. Lol. She was cheering on Hammer, if you can believe it.
She certainly has the lungs for it. Anyone else?
Nope, just us 4.
Alright, that was unhelpful. Why did it go on so long?
I'm pretty sure you've heard about this.
That's perhaps even more offensive to type that and then apostrophe VE.
But WP twisted his ankle during the run-through, see?
Alright, that's the limp. Oh yes, this crucial fact people keep bringing up. Of course, I'd forgotten.
Which of course led me to missing my lunch, Roths.
Roths? Rolling on the floor? Starving?
I heard that everyone else had lunch in the employee area.
What exactly did they have for lunch?
T-bone steak, the assistant cooked some up.
Come to think of it, there was a plate with some bones on it in the employee area. Everyone else meaning that the witness did not eat with them.
But I had a meeting in the Studio 2 trailer.
So in the end, you didn't get to eat?
Yeah, no steak at least. Can you believe it?
That must have been tough. Phoenix, yeah. Doesn't something seem odd to you? I mean, it wasn't contradictory, was it? It's a little vague. There's something bothering me. Mr. Mananella, you just said steak at least. So you ate something other than the steak?
Yeah, good call. I had some chocolate in my pocket, which I used to stave off starvation.
I see. Is that all? I'm sure I was onto something there.
Really?
Say it to me again. Yeah, no steak at least. Sure. I mean, I don't... Well, okay, so they didn't... He didn't just eat chocolate, though. There's no evidence for this in here, but there were plates on a table there, right? They just didn't have any bones on them, if I remember correctly, so it's contradictory. Mr. Manella.
What do you want, Sweats?
When I went to the studio trailers, I saw something on the table there. There were 2 plates, the same kind of plate as the ones in the employee area. This is the sort of thing that always gets me, where I always expect, when you say that, like, it's contradictory, I'm always expecting to have to present evidence for that fact, but sometimes you don't. Sometimes they'll say it without it being in the court record. You know, I'm never ready for it when it does that, because I always assume it'll want me to show something. Who ate lunch there?
No, good call, Sweats. I was so embarrassed I didn't mention it, but I did eat after all.
A T-bone steak, you mean?
Yeah, well, I went in the system.
There were no bones. Did you crunch the fucking bones, dog?
I brought it to the trailer thinking I could eat it later.
Clearly a man who likes to eat. So when exactly did you eat it?
We took one break during that meeting. I wolfed it down.
A mental image I will carry with me. If they took a break in that meeting, that contradicts his testimony. Okay, so you want me to press here as well to follow that up? You didn't take a single break.
Well, yeah, not one, Sweats.
If only I had an idea. Wait a second. Maybe I do have an idea. Wait a second. Mr. Manella, you've just contradicted yourself. Didn't you just tell the court that you ate that T-bone steak during a break, which is also not what he ate, but I don't know that we're ready to point that out yet?
Oops, Raffle.
Well,
Mr. Manella, what's this all about? Well, yeah, I guess we did take a little break.
Phoenix, great job. If they took a break, one of them could have gone to the studio during that time. Your Honor, I call on the witness to testify to the court about this break.
Very well. Mr. Manella, your testimony, please.
Uh-oh. Edgeworth is laughing.
Yeah. For what it's worth, we took a break.
You know, it seems weird to not say that acronym when I'm about to say raffle, but
we took a break, Raffle, but it was only 15 minutes. 15, that's only 13 in base 12.
Shut the fuck up.
Not enough time for someone to say, commit murder in Studio 1, lol.
What if you committed the murder in Studio 2?
That's only just enough time to eat a T-bone steak, if you ask me, Steams.
You didn't even eat a T-bone steak if you were at Studio 2. They didn't have steaks there. Unless you crunched the bones.
I don't think it would be enough even time for that, but that's just me.
I don't know, man. I can eat pretty fucking fast.
You may begin your cross-examination.
I think I could get through a T-bone steak in 15 minutes. So, probably don't press that. Press here. What were you doing for those 15 minutes?
Eating my T-bone steak.
Which you weren't.
What else?
There were 2 plates on that table.
Oh right, the other one was Diva's. Sorry, Div Vasquez's plate.
Div Vasquez, the producer. To eat a T-bone steak in 15 minutes. That's quite a feat. Is that really that fast? Do I just eat ridiculously fast? That doesn't seem like a very long time to me to eat something.
Not enough time for someone to commit murder.
Why is that?
That's
Okay. Didn't feel like elaborating on that one, huh? I have to say, you look like a guy who gets through his meals pretty fast. Wow, dude. That's exceptionally rude? What the fuck? Like, he's an asshole, but come on.
Well, I was facing a cold, slightly chewy T-bone steak. Even I have to take my time eating that kind of food, lol.
Well, Phoenix, too short to wring any kind of useful information out of. So, like... I don't... Like, none of this is gonna help with this situation, is it? So... Pressed on all that. I guess just press on the first one now as well. What exactly did you take this break?
I'd say it was from around 2:30 or so until 2:45.
2:30? That's the time of death. So he could have gone to Studio 1, killed Hammer, and came back. I guess it's possible time-wise. So... Well, I pressed all of it, and none of this evidence appears to help. So right now, we're trying to prove that he's in Studio 1. This is, for the record, not, like, pretty apparently not where Hammer actually died. I think that's fairly obvious, but how exactly do you want me to prove that he's in Studio, could have been in Studio 1? Because, like, you know, this is gonna immediately get thrown in our face, you know? Like, this is literally gonna come out immediately afterwards. It's like I'm having to try and think of how to prove a point that I know is wrong. None of the evidence seems to help with this. But pressing didn't do it. Oh god, I just clicked out of the window by mistake. Ah, where's it gone? There it is. Maybe if I press through again, something's different, since I didn't press through the first one the first time. Oh, here we go. Haven't we had enough of this pointless line of questioning? Your Honor, the testimony to this point has made one certain fact painfully clear. The people in the trailer had nothing to do with this murder. It was impossible for any of them to go to Studio 1. What? Something wrong, Mr. Wright? Surely you aren't suggesting one of the people in the trailer went to Studio 1.
Well, Mr. Wright?
Phoenix, this is critical. Think about it before you give your answer. Like, I know they didn't. So now I'm facing the conundrum of, do I say I claim it, knowing it's incorrect, but under the assumption that's what the game wants me to say to progress? Or do I say, no, it's impossible, and then we actually get to a point I want to make? Because it's exceptionally easy to prove something. Like, they're going to immediately throw the monkey in my face. The game, it probably wants to say claim and claim it loud, right? If I agree to let everyone in that trailer off the hook, then the trial is over. Mr. Powers will be found guilty for sure. The victim was murdered at 2:30, the exact time of the break in the meeting. With 15 minutes, murder is certainly a possibility.
I suppose you might say that.
Alright, I've got the judge thinking now. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Never a dull moment with you, Mr. Wright. What's your point, Edgeworth? You've been doing your homework, haven't you? Look at the court records. The court record. Surely you knew that from 2:15 to 4 p.m. the path between the studios was blocked. Mr. Monkey's, or Mrs. Monkey's head had fallen across the path. Whoa, you're right. Yes, truly an impassable obstacle. There are absolutely no ways that you could get around this. It's obviously completely impossible to traverse this hazard. True, the break in the trailer meeting came right at the time of death. However, the path from there to the scene of the crime was blocked, clearly impassable. No alternate routes around this in any way accessible. The fallen Mrs. Monkey's head had barred the way. It's actually Mr. Monkey. Okay, I thought I was crazy. I was sure it was Mr. Monkey. And somehow I feel no desire to correct him. I'm afraid you lose this round. Okay. I believe we have seen enough evidence. I would like to relieve Mr. Salmonella from the stand. What? It's over? Oh, he looks so bad. Oh my god.
Very well, the court's opinion on this case is as follows. We have found that there were several other people in Studio 2 on the day of the murder. However, it is clear that none of these people could have gone to Studio 1 as the path was completely inaccessible, truly just a giant wall of diamond erected in the way. They therefore have no relation to this case. Furthermore, with regards to the photo of the Steel Samurai, given the size of the costumes, no one other than Mr. Powers could have worn it that day.
Yes, obviously, because this costume fits this person so well, doesn't it? After all, they fit in it snugly. No issues detected.
All that is lacking is decisive evidence that he is the one who did it. If we had that, I'm afraid I would have to find Mr. Powers guilty.
So you're saying it hasn't actually been proven? What you're saying is it hasn't been proven, but I'm going to say it anyway. Your Honor, the prosecution is pleased to announce that we indeed have decisive evidence. A witness. Ah yes, the lowest form of evidence possible, eyewitness testimony.
Who is this witness, Mr. Edgeworth?
My witness saw the very moment when the Steel Samurai skewered the victim.
Order, I will have order. I see. The court will take a 10-minute recess, after which we will hear your witness. Court is adjourned for recess.
What do we do now, Mia? If everyone in that trailer has an alibi... I'm sorry, Phoenix. I guess I was wrong. Mia, don't tell me you're giving up. If you give up, what hope do I have? Don't get me wrong. I've never given up on a trial before, not while there was a chance. Only one thing became clear in your cross-examination. The people in the trailer could not have gone to Studio 1. A diamond wall, a force field, an impassable barrier was blocking them. I thought there was more to it than that, but I was wrong. That's all there is. What's going to happen to me? It kind of seems like everyone in that courtroom thinks I did it. They think I'm a murderer. Don't worry, Mr. Powers. If you are innocent, we will prove it, I guarantee it. Leave it to us and be yourself. Be strong. Be strong for Mother Clarence. You are the Steel Samurai, hero to children everywhere, after all. Thanks. Okay, Phoenix. This one's for the kids. Let's do it.
Court is back in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers.
The prosecution has a concern. As our witness is a grade schooler of tender years and this is a murder case, we worry that the defense might cause unnecessary trauma with his cruel questioning. Nice to see Edgeworth taking the moral high ground. However, we have no choice. The prosecution called Cody Hackins to the stand. Can someone please get the witness a stool, perhaps? Could you perhaps arrange a box for him to stand on?
Oh, right. God, please bring him a box. One of those donut crates should do.
There's donut crates just in the courtroom? Y'all just got donut crates in here? Y'all aren't sharing? Will the witness state his name and grade in school? Is this necessary? Okay.
Witness. What? Just because you're all grown up doesn't mean you can push me around.
Cody, answer his question, okay?
Hey, it's you, the nice lady. I'm Cody Hackins. I'm in 2nd grade.
I get the feeling this is going to be a long day.
Mr. Edgeworth, please remember you're speaking to a child. Try to be gentle.
Witness, I mean, Cody. He's having trouble with this gentle thing. You were present, you were at Global Studios on the day of the, incident.
You got a problem with that?
Please tell us what you saw that day.
What, Pops? You want me to tell you and Gramps with the beard over there?
Just, Mr. Edgeworth,
I prefer bearded gentlemen.
A very long day.
Incidentally, photographic equipment is strictly forbidden in this courtroom.
My apologies, Your Honor. He said he wouldn't testify if he couldn't bring it. Something about not having another Sprite prepared. I'd like special permission if that's possible. So you're saying you had to bargain terms with a kid and you lost?
Hey, I just got this new camera. Don't really know how to use it all that good yet. But I bring it with me wherever I go.
Phoenix, I wonder if he had that camera on the day of the murder. You'd better make a note of it in the court record. Okay.
Very well, Cody. Please testify to the court about what you saw on the day of the incident.
I wanted to see a Steel Samurai rehearsal just once. I found a map on the internet and went to the studio that day. I went through the woods off the path so that old lady wouldn't catch me. I was going for the studio. I got kinda lost on the way though, for about 30 minutes. When I came by the studio, there was the Steel Samurai. It totally rocked. Right before my eyes, out came the bad guy. Of course, the Steel Samurai took him down. Pow! If I had my camera with me, that would have been the time for a shot, I tell ya. Anyway, I couldn't get into the studio, so I went home. So do you think we just slam the camera on that particular text box, or do I have to press him first?
Very well, the defense may begin its cross-examination. But be gentle, remember you're talking to a child.
This kid is tougher than most adults we see in here, honestly. He already kicked Edgeworth's ass. So the camera is obviously what we're homing in on. Now, do you slam the camera? Oh, fuck, I clicked on the wrong window, god damn it. Do you just slam the camera here? I'm slamming the camera. Okay. The safer option would have been to press first, but I was feeling brave. Cody, what you just said seems, well, a little strange. Didn't you say before that you always bring your digital camera wherever you go? You were quite clear about that. Huh? That's a fucking good sprite, brother. Now there's a reaction. Cody, you shouldn't lie here. You understand that, right?
Mr. Wright, a word with you.
I was putting on the pressure too much.
What is this digital camera contraption you're talking about?
It's, a digital camera, Your Honor. Yes, please explain the word to me. It's that word, you see. It's kind of a new sort of camera. How do I explain that?
I see.
Anyway, Cody, I'm not going to explain further. I can't believe you wouldn't bring your camera on a trip to the studios. You did bring it, didn't you? Mr. Wright, how cruel you are to terrorize a poor child so. I don't care if he's a child or a prosecuting attorney. No one should lie in court. What do you mean, or a prosecuting attorney? Well, Cody.
What? Yeah, so I had my camera, so what? You got a problem with that? So you did have a camera. And did you use this camera?
Why would I use it? I was too busy watching.
Very well, please testify.
Well, we're gonna slam the album in his face next, right? Just run up and fucking hit him in the face with the book like a steel chair. I was glued to the action. I couldn't take my eyes off it. The Steel Samurai, he goes for the bad guy. Wham! Then the bad guy stopped moving. He's so strong. The Steel Samurai rules.
Is that all? Well, that was brief. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination.
I'm slamming the book. I'm slamming the book right there, brother. That's the wrong window. Don't do that again. Ah, oh, come on. Upset. Like, that seems like such a slam dunk, you know? Every victory scene in every battle. He's like, I didn't do it. Oh, couldn't take my... Okay, press. So you were watching the Steel Samurai. Did you watch the whole fight? Yeah, of course. You didn't turn away? Not even once? No. Okay, yeah, this is compelling. Tell us exactly what happened. Yeah, I'm getting to that. Okay. So the bad guy attacked him first. Yeah. What sort of person was this bad guy? I told you, a person. He was a person. What? How was he dressed? I kinda don't remember. I was too busy watching the Steel Samurai. I see. And what happened next? Okay. Why? Huh? What do you mean, why? Why wasn't the bad guy moving? Well, because the Steel Samurai brought him to justice. And how exactly did he do that? How did he do it? With a samurai kick, and a samurai par, samurai chop, samurai slap. Something like that. Well, none of those are a spear. He's still being vague about this. What? Don't give me that look, Pops. How should I play this? Press him harder. Cody. What? Something's bothering me. Before, you said that you couldn't take your eyes off the action. Yeah, so what? Yet you missed the most important part. What is the meaning of this? The witness has stated that he saw quite clearly. You know as well as I do he's being vague. Tell me, what kind of murderer uses a samurai slap? My point is this. Cody, you may have seen some of the Steel Samurai's fight, but you missed the most important part, the killing blow.
Order, order! Mr. Wright, how could this be? Can you explain how he might have missed something so vital?
That's the thing. I can explain it quite easily. It's because the Steel Samurai didn't win. That's why he can't explain how the Steel Samurai won. Because he didn't. I believe you're on the right track with this. Think, why didn't Cody see the climax of the fight? I know you can, because the climax, well, he did. It's just, he's lying about the outcome.
Mr. Wright, your answer. We will have ascertained that this young boy is a great fan of the Steel Samurai. Why wouldn't he watch the climax of the fight?
He couldn't watch it. Because he couldn't watch it. How could he calmly watch a murder take it? No, that's not what I wanted you to say. One thing has become quite clear in this boy's testimony. He did not believe he was witnessing a murder. The more real the fight, the more he would have watched. Damn, I was upset. Show evidence? What evidence would I show? Why wouldn't he watch the end of the fight? He was watching something else? What would he be watching? But what evidence would I show if I presented here? Because I think what happened was he was watching, but he's just lying about the actual outcome. Especially since he also keeps going, oh, the Steel Samurai always wins. He always wins, never loses, always wins, really strong. You know, almost like he's trying to convince himself of that fact more than anyone else. He was watching something else. Because he was looking at something else, probably. Probably. Something else? Mr. Wright, explain yourself. What could possibly distract this boy from seeing his idol fight? What do you claim he was looking at? Really? Then what evidence do you... So it'd show evidence. Evidence? Yes, Your Honor. Because he was looking at the camera? He's still learning how to use it? Maybe he was fidgeting with it? It's not really any of the other things, is it? He didn't take his book out right there. Guess it has to be the camera. Here's my... Okay, there we go. What's this? The camera? The witness stated he recently received this camera. Yes, I'm aware of that. He wasn't entirely familiar with its operation. Kind of feel like this answer should have been in the second one, to be honest, that he was watching something else. I think like the camera could easily have been rolled into that option. I'm aware of that too. Ah, correct. Why would Cody be looking somewhere else at the critical moment? Because he was looking at his camera. The problem... I guess he says it's a new camera. Because, like, the problem that I have with that answer, really, is that, like, he has a book full of photos of the killing blow, so it would seem to indicate a baseline competency when it comes to taking photos. But I guess he did get it recently. I don't know, I don't find this counterpoint particularly compelling, to be honest, just because of the existence of the book he has. Bullseye. What's your problem, Pops? You got a thing for picking on little kids? Pressing, not picking. I don't know that that's any better. Good job, Phoenix. Cody was lying, clearly. I don't think this is the lie, though. Smart of you to realize there was no way he could just stand there, watching his hero, and not take a picture. Right. Cody, there was only one reason why we'd have looked away from the fight, and that was because you wanted to take a picture. But having just received your camera, you weren't used to using it yet. So you missed the climax of the fight, correct? Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, Phoenix, I'll bet you anything he's hiding more than that. Have him testify again. Right. Your Honor, the defense would like to request that Cody Hackins testify once more. Very well. Cody, could you please tell us about your camera, and why you didn't take a picture of the fight? Welcome to the real world, kid. Yeah, you're right, Pops. The Steel Samurai had just escaped from the clutches of the villain. Hold on. Please elaborate. So I held my camera up to take a picture, but the lens wouldn't open in time, so I missed it. That's all that happened. Yep, that was convincing, alright. Anything strange in that testimony? I'm not sure, but I'd like to proceed with the cross-examination. Well, so first, escaped clutches. Already seems to indicate he was losing. So you did see the beginning of the fight? Yeah. Did you notice anything unusual? Well, I guess the Steel Samurai was moving a little strange. Moving strangely? That's all that happened. Press here. That's all? Fuck. Yeah, I told you I didn't take a picture. I would have once I got the lens open. Did he really not take a picture? Not even one? Press him hard. Nah, he would have definitely taken a picture. There's got to be something here I can use. Cody. Listen up, Cody Hackins. I know exactly what happened that day. You took a picture. Hey. Bullseye. How did you know? I see through all your lies, Cody Hackins. It's one of my powers. Wow. This feels great. What the fuck, Phoenix? That's a fucking weird thing to say. Perhaps you can change your testimony to reflect that. But it was too late, so I erased them. Do I slam the book here? You erased them? Yeah. Why would you erase a picture of your beloved steel samurai, victorious? Ah, here's where we get to the lie. Well, you know. Why would I want to keep a picture like that? Okay, you want me to slam one there? Okay, you want me to slam the book there. Beep, 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 beep. Book, book, book. Look, book, look, book, look, book. Cody. What? Man, every time you say Cody, you follow it with something bad. I just wanted to thank you for giving me this the other day. Huh? Oh, right. What was it you told me then? Remember to stay hydrated, I believe. Cody, did you really get a picture of the Steel Samurai standing victorious over his foe? If you did, I find it hard to believe that you would just erase it. Why wouldn't you keep it for your album? Mr. Wright, what exactly is this album? It's called Path to Glory, even though that's not written on it. It's a collection of pictures of the Steel Samurai, all taken by Cody Hackins. He claims it's a perfect collection of every battle the Steel Samurai has won. I see. Don't you find this very odd, Your Honor? Among all his pictures of the Steel Samurai, none were taken that day. Order! Mr. Wright, have you an explanation? If the Steel Samurai had just defeated his adversary, I certainly would expect to see a picture of it in this album. Exactly my point, Your Honor. No, wait. No way. And that's where the realization slapped him. I think we finally discovered the truth. And what a truth it is. Mia, are we sure about this? Did he actually? Yes, I'm pretty sure that's what you're thinking is right. So did he not fall on that fence then? I guess not, right? Was the fence a red herring? Because I was pretty sure at this point he died at Studio 2, but if he did get killed here, I guess that doesn't make any sense, does it? He only had one stab wound, right? He didn't have more than one. Pierced through the chest by a spear, yeah. Tell them, Phoenix, tell them what the truth is. Mr. Wright, please explain to the court what is going on. Why was there no picture in the album from the day of the murder? The Steel Samurai didn't win. I can think of only one reason, Your Honor. The Steel Samurai didn't win. That's why Cody deleted those photos. You mean the Steel Samurai lost? Well, Cody, I'm right, aren't I? Tell the truth. The bad guy defeated the Steel Samurai. No way. No, it's impossible. The Steel Samurai never loses. He never loses to anyone, ever. Your Honor, the witness has revealed everything with his words. There was a reason why he lied and told us he didn't take a picture. The same reason he erased his precious photos. For Cody, it was inconceivable that the Steel Samurai could be defeated. However, Cody witnessed the impossible. He saw the Steel Samurai lose. Yet to admit what he saw would destroy everything he believed in. That's why he lied and said the Steel Samurai won. He couldn't handle the truth. Order! I will have order. Witness, I mean Cody, is this true? What did you see? Tell the court what you saw. Cody, that day you saw the Steel Samurai lose a fight, right? Okay, you're right. The Steel Samurai fell down. Then he didn't move. Wow. Order. What kind of stunt are you trying to pull, Wright? The Steel Samurai was the murderer, not the victim. Yet according to your witness's testimony, the Steel Samurai was the one who fell. Mr. Wright, what's going on? Apparently we have all made a serious error. An error? What's this all about? Steel Samurai was the victim. Hammer was the victim. I figured it out. If you understand what really happened, it's actually quite simple. At the end of the fight, the Steel Samurai fell to the ground and lay still. In other words, the Steel Samurai was not the killer, he was the victim. Don't you see? Jack Hammer was the Steel Samurai.
Order, order, order. So the Steel Samurai in this photograph, you're saying the man in this costume was the victim, Mr. Hammer?
That's what I'm saying, Your Honor. Jack Hammer was present at the action scene run through that morning, thus he obviously knew about Will Powers' foot injury.
But wait, hadn't Mr. Hammer gone to Studio One already?
That's what everyone thought. But remember what Miss Oldbag said in her testimony.
On the day of the murder, I arrived at the guard station at 1. Did I see poor old Hammer? No. He'd already gone to back to the studio before I fucked that all up, whatever.
Mr. Jack Hammer left the employee area after lunch. However, no one saw him going to Studio 1, nor was there a picture of him. He waited for Mr. Powers to take a nap in his dressing room. Then he snuck into the dressing room and stole the Steel Samurai's costume. That's a good... I never considered that, also. If he died in Studio 1, there logically had to have been a photo of him going there, didn't there?
But why would he do such a why would the victim do such a thing?
I don't know.
I get it. I thought the Steel Samurai was moving strange, so it was a different person inside the suit. Pops.
Me? What?
Actually, there was one other piece of data I saved.
Data?
Yeah, a photo on my digital camera.
What?
Show us quick.
No way, man, not if you're gonna look at me like that.
Now!
Here, this is it.
Oh, well. Well, looking at this, it's still a little hard to say. I'm afraid that it could be anyone in that costume.
Look at this giant-ass motherfucking 2, though.
Your opinion, Mr. Wright?
I agree, Your Honor. This isn't decisive evidence.
I'm sorry, this doesn't look like it's the proof we need. I'll go...
Wait, Phoenix, you stupid piece of shit. How do you not notice the giant 2 that's in 2 different locations in this photo?
Mia?
What? Look at the photograph once more.
That's it, Phoenix.
That photo is all the evidence you need to win this trial. What? Your Honor, may I see that photo once more, please?
Certainly, I don't see why not.
Phoenix, show him. There's a glaring, decisive inconsistency with the facts as we know them in that photo. How anyone could possibly miss it is beyond belief, to be honest. It's right fucking there, dude. Wait, did I click off of it by accident? I think I clicked off of it before I clicked on present by mistake, right there. What? Okay, you want me to point at the other one? Oh no, that's an S, isn't it?
I see a gate?
Might I draw your attention to the number on that gate? The number.
Ah, yes. Well, it's hard to see, but it looks like a 2.
Clearly not a 1, Your Honor. Correct?
Ah.
I believe Mr. Edgeworth sees what I'm getting at.
But, that's impossible. What's all this about? Please explain so I might be shocked along with the rest of the court.
I'll use the studio guide map. The body was found here in Studio 1. However, what we see in the photo taken at the time of the murder, it does not say 1 on the gate, that gate in the studio, in the photo. Your Honor, here is the true scene of the crime. It was the guard station. Here, at Studio 2.
I see. That would explain the 2 on the gate in the photo.
Your Honor, I find it very significant that the murder took place in Studio 2, as the trailer is there. As you may recall, there's a trailer in Studio 2. Now, on that day, a meeting was held in that very trailer. There was a break in the meeting corresponding to the time of death. During that break, Mr. Salmonella and Miss D. Vasquez were outside eating steak, allegedly. They were at the scene of the crime. The path to the trailer was blocked.
So we have heard.
The path was blocked at 2:15. In other words, the victim went to Studio 2 before that time.
Yes, I suppose that would be the case.
Remember Mr. Salmonella's testimony? Allow me to remind the court. He said no one in the trailer was guilty because they could not have gone to Studio 1. Yet, in actuality, the reverse was true. Only someone in that trailer could have committed this murder. They were the only ones with access to the scene of the crime, Studio 2.
Order.
The defense makes the following claims. The scene of the crime was Studio 2. The person that the security guard, Miss Oldbag, saw was the victim, Mr. Jackhammer. Mr. Hammer, for some reason, stole a Steel Samurai costume. Then he went to Studio 2. This is madness. Jackhammer is the victim. The victim! Why would he steal a Steel Samurai costume? Are you suggesting he did so to cover up the details of his own murder? No, I'm implying he wanted to kill someone else and frame Mr. Powers for it. Well, no, of course not. Or do you have proof? Proof that the victim, Jackhammer, stole the costume. I have proof. I have it. You do?
You do, Mr. Wright.
Now that they're surprised, suddenly I'm much less confident. I think I'm right, though. Here's my proof. Bam. This is it.
An empty medicine bottle?
I found this on the table in the employee area. The same table where Mr. Hammers and Mr. Powers ate. The label reads, sleeping pills.
Sleeping pills?
The defendant, Mr. Powers, spent that entire afternoon sleeping. He was drugged by Mr. Hammer.
Wait a moment. That bottle does raise some suspicions, yes, but there's no proof that Mr. Hammer used it.
Your Honor, I have an idea. Fingerprint the bottle. Test Powers' blood? No, surely it's been too late for that.
An idea? Well, let's hear it.
I want to check this bottle for fingerprints. If my claim is true, Mr. Hammer's fingerprints should show up on this bottle.
I suppose you're right. Very well, the court will take possession of the bottle. This court will suspend proceedings on the current trial for today. Cody Hacken's testimony has revealed some new possibilities in this case. In fact, things may have happened very differently than we previously thought. The Steel Samurai seen by Miss Oldbag may have been the victim, Jackhammer. The scene of the crime was not Studio 1, but Studio 2. And those in the trailer did have time to commit the murder. Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor.
Your homework is to find the answer to the following question. Why would Mr. Hammer steal the Steel Samurai costume? Also, who killed him, and why? Find the answers for me by tomorrow.
That's a lot of homework.
Just solve the trial for me real quick. Mr. Edgeworth? You will need to reconsider your stance in this case. Above all, you will need to reconsider your suspicions of Mr. Will Powers.
As you say, Your Honor.
This trial will extend until tomorrow. This is the last extension. Very well, court is adjourned.
Yeah, I remember thinking even at the time you could have rolled the second and third days into one day, to be honest, but, you know.
Whew.
That was a close one. We were saved by a hair, but that's all that counts. I thought seriously about going home about 3 times during the trial. Peace. I'ma head out. But me too. Really? You both seemed so confident. Maybe I should take up a career in acting. I was ready to pronounce you dead about 3 times back there. What a good thing to say to your client. That's very reassuring for him, I'm sure. Me too. Dead. What an excellent thing to say to your client. Of course we're kidding. I don't think you were, but regardless, shouldn't say that to your client. Are you sure? I wasn't kidding. Now, Mr. Powers, we have to go make our final investigation, but I promise you we'll find the true killer by tomorrow's trial. Right. Thanks. I mean, whichever way you shake it, right? Both people that were, well, not both, there were more than those two people at the trailer. Of the people we know at the trailer, they all must know about it, mustn't they? You know, surely a murder didn't happen there, like, under cover of darkness, you know, like somebody, they all must have known it happened.
Alright, let's get to it.